How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so today's game is actually a sequel to a Game Boy title, which is a spin-off from one of the more infamous titles on the NES. The main character is featured in a very recent fighting game from Capcom, as is the protagonist from the series that it's spent off from. This game features platforming as well as some RPG elements and actually a pretty RPG-ish look. Today's game is Gargoyle's Quest 2. Okay, so Gargoyle's Quest 2, you play as Firebrand. Firebrand is the character I was referring to, basically. And he lives in the town of Etruria, I believe it's pronounced. And he's training to become a warrior. So while he's off on his training mission, a black light starts to flicker and everyone in the town dies. Well, most of the people in the town die. He returns from his training exercise and is told to go to the king immediately. He makes it to the king. The king is dying. The king gives him Spectre's fingernail, which is an instant enhancement of Firebrand's abilities, and just lets him know that he's about to die, that he hopes his death isn't in vain. This sets Firebrand on a quest to discover what exactly happened. Now, Gargoyle's Quest 2 features some platforming, actually some really good platforming. Firebrand can fly for a short period of time. He can grab onto walls. So, you have a bit of a play on the old Ninja Gaiden wall jump skill. There is a whole lot of stat building and things like that, kind of reminiscent of, and actually the overworld map on this game is reminiscent to me of Dragon Warrior or Final Fantasy or the overworld map on Zelda 2. So it's one of those type of games. But just be clear, Gargoyle's Quest 2 is completely action. It's all action. The storyline is actually a pretty good one. It's not too obtuse. You won't see Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts from that series in this game, though, because this game takes place before humans appeared on Earth. So this is definitely a prequel to any other games tied to that franchise. Gargoyle's Quest 2 is not, I don't know, it's pretty uncommon actually, because the first copy I came across, I went ahead and picked it up because I hadn't seen it anywhere else. And the price really varies depending on where you're looking. So I got my copy really cheap. I've seen some copies for a lot more on eBay. So just bop around, see what you can find. But Gargoyle's Quest 2, if you're a fan of the Ghouls and Ghosts franchise, you might want to check it out because it's a great addition to that franchise, and the story arc is, it's a really good addition to that story arc. And it's a great side story to the series as well. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I will catch you beautiful people tomorrow.